galactic vessels. Most ships would have bugged out and left us with this mess. But you, total class act. Any way we can repay you? Hope this helps you out. Can't stay here gabbing all day. Fly safe.
Look at this world. It's beautiful. Just beautiful.
think I could live on coffee if I had to.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic
No lawyering, okay? Happy to make a deal if I can. Stay safe out there.
I can't open my doors to just anyone. Ah, excellent. I see you've held up your end of the bargain. So, I'll do the same. Salina's hardware is now open for business. I'll unlock the door for you. Feel free to come around and peruse my wares anytime. It's a quaint shop. Okay then, come on back. Welcome to Salina. All right.
Doesn't look like much, but we should certainly take a look around. Hello.
Let's get out there and do something new today. Lay it on me. Finally. Let's get out of here. Last one to the ship is a rotten Prasada berry.
All yours, Barrett. Try to come back in one piece this time.
You got it, my friend.
Hey.
Ready for takeoff in 3, 2, 1, go! Stable orbit achieved. We can stay here forever. Well, for a while anyway. Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge. Hello? If anyone is in this thing, just come out. We're nice, I promise. This puppy is to restore the power.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good. Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet.
Glad you're in the fleet. If you weren't.
I need an ice pack. Or 10. I'm burning up. See that hatch? Wonder if we can get to it.
Does the UC really think Sys-Def scares us? Next mark.
Always looking for the next mark.
credits keep rolling in. Nice.
You just know the good stuff will be squirreled away up there, right?
Oh, yeah. Hot dog. Ow. That didn't take long at all.
I have something for you. Ship's detached. We're clear.
Welcomes all patients, whether Freestar or UC.
We're docked.
Hey, you might want this.
I understand that. I'm not blaming you directly. Dr. Salvato, how long have you been here?
About a year now, Doctor.
And in that year, how many times have we had this conversation about late or missing shipments of supplies?
I believe this is the third time.
Yes, that sounds right. 3 times. I will be making it very clear to your superiors that lives are at stake, and the clinic requires reliable transport. If your company cannot meet our needs, someone else will.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Thank you, Dr. Salvato. You may return to your duties.
Thanks for delivering critical supplies would be nice to hear once in a while. I hate this delivery run. Can't ever get here fast enough.
Hey, you should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple land.
Your next stop wouldn't be the Charybdis system, would it? We got a report of a distress call out there, but we don't have the ships to send someone that far out.
I'm probably fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
This place is a far cry from Aquila City. That's for sure. Need something? Hey, let's keep our voices down. The clinic doesn't exactly know I'm giving its supplies away. That being said, I've been expecting someone soon. I've heard Bayou really has a vice grip on Neon right now. I have some supplies I can give you. Should be more than enough for now, and it shouldn't draw any suspicion from the clinic. I'll have them loaded onto your ship. He's a good friend of mine. We both worked at the same clinic in Aquila City. The work was hard, and I was really young and nervous, but he always looked after me during those days and helped me as much as he could. So, to answer your question, I'm doing this because I know for a fact he'd do the same for me. No questions asked. What the clinic doesn't know won't hurt them. That's why it's important to keep this as confidential as possible. I'm putting my job on the line to do this, but I know that the people of Neon need help. I'm willing to take the risk and skim a few supplies from the clinic. But if the clinic finds out, then I'm out of a job and Neon is out of supplies. again. So, let's not be too conspicuous. Of course, the people of Neon aren't going to heal themselves. You'll find the supplies on your ship. Hurry along before anyone suspects anything.
Every new alien pathogen we discover
I
is
hope
just
the
a little
supplies
more
are
job
helpful.
security.
I guess that depends on what you consider a break. We get some time to ourselves. We're not on call all the time, but we're never that far away from it either. Now that I think about it, I haven't actually left the clinic since I got the job. I actually hadn't really noticed. No, not really. This is my home now. The people here are wonderful, and the work we're doing is incredibly important. That's what really matters. New-ish. I've only been here a year, which, well, when you compare it against Dr. Darvish's career, it's not much, is it? I'm thrilled to have the opportunity, but it's been an adjustment. Very few cases here are simple, and most of them are medical emergencies. Better get going.
My mother wanted me to be a doctor. A doctor? Huh.
Shotgun!
Clamps released.
I have something for you. Sorry, I was lost in a memory for a moment there. How can I help? Yes, right. Here, check this out.
You aren't looking well at all. Perhaps you'd better sit down. What can Reliant Medical do for you? I wouldn't mind a bit of extra traffic as long as the supplies allow for it. A few extra credits never hurt. Great! Thank you for all of your help. You really came through for me here. Things could have been bad if you hadn't come along. Here, take this. You've earned it. Those supplies were sorely needed. Thanks again for getting them to me.
Hail acknowledged. Star station operating under automated control. No further response possible.
Landing gear is ready. Site is clear.
There's something terrifying and impressive realizing just how inhospitable this world is to life.
Pressure holding. Looks peaceful from up here, doesn't it?
That side's a bad place for tourists these days.
Sorry, if you need something fixed, put in an order with Central Service.
Need something? You lost, kiddo? Sure. I just don't get too many quality customers here. Most folks head over to Newell's or the Emporium if they've got the creds. I'd say less than half my customers are legit. The others are just kids up to no good. Yeah, well, make it quick. I ain't a fan of loitering. I had some high hopes for this shop back when my husband and I opened it a while back. These days, if you ain't a regular, you're usually trouble. Snacks, drinks, odds and ends, typical convenience store fare. Thought we'd snag a few of the Astro Lounge clubgoers who might want something to go on their way home. Turns out we were more appealing to the local gangs. Of course, something happened. Ain't that always the case? Let's just say those hopes died a long time ago, and there ain't no reviving them. We'll see about that. Check it out.
How's everything with you?
I'm feeling alright. Still, I see a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's just hope it's not a trap.
Not something I need. Solomon thought a small convenience store with cheaper prices would make a killing. Of course, the only killing made was when he got himself shot in a robbery. Now it's just me running this place, so you can see why I'm not a huge fan of strangers in my shop. Mostly tied up in those good-for-nothing gangs. Those disciples and strikers always fighting over who gets to run the place, and not giving a damn over whose lives they ruin. I may not be on the main strip, but I make enough to keep me afloat. Lucky for me, my regulars are a devoted crew. Never heard of them. Now, are you gonna buy something or just annoy me all day? Well, now that I know you're serious, we can talk business. Yeah, I know Headlock can't stand them. And I heard some of the other Sioka can't either. That boy doesn't know how to keep himself out of trouble. What'd he do this time? He's a customer. You're not here to interrogate me, so let's get back on track. Well, if any place should be terrorized, it may as well be the Emporium. In any case, if you're so desperate to find him, he and his friends are probably hanging out in Warehouse 4, somewhere near there. I gotta ask, what are you gonna do with him? I have no affection for him whatsoever. He's a good-for-nothing thug, and a boastful one at that. I wouldn't mind seeing him get smacked around and put in his place. But that doesn't mean I think he should be killed. That's one way to punish him. You'll just bore him to death. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business to get back to. If you aren't gonna buy anything, you better run along. See you around.
It ain't paradise, but I'll take this place over New Atlantis any day.
Back off.
And who do we have here? You here for business, or to get your head caved in? Is that so? I'm not just some low-life thug anymore. I'm with the Sioka now. You mess with me, you'll mess with the whole syndicate, and that won't end well for you. The Ebbside Strikers. I ran with them for a good long while, but then it just became embarrassing. I couldn't even feed myself when I was with them. I clawed myself out of the gutter, and Sioka took notice. My talents were being squandered with the Strikers. I was too good for them. Tread carefully, then. The Sioka isn't something you want to be messing with. So go on, hotshot. Give me a reason why I should leave Tevin and his shitty little store alone. They realized I'm an asset, of course. I'm one of their best guys. I'm tough, dependable, and I make a lot of money for the Syndicate. Go on, enlighten me. But don't waste my time. Sure. There may be some better uses of my time. Looking over your shoulder in neon can get old. I don't think things would be that extreme, but I guess I get your point. I can't believe I'm saying that. It kills me to say this, but I see your point. Fine. We won't go around to the Emporium any longer. Whatever. Next time, I might not be so nice.
I'm watching you.
No funny business.
Ebbside's a bad place for me.
We started on another planet. We've come a long way as a species.
And we still have a long way to go.
It just gives me hope for what comes next. Maybe our future will be just as bright.
Sophistication and space.
Be careful. Headlock is a dangerous gentleman. I appreciate your help with this matter, but please, don't get yourself killed on my account. Oh my. Now that is a true relief. I thought I would never be rid of him. I'm not one to get involved with the rabble, so I'm glad you came along when you did. Thank you for your help. Oh? Well, maybe I'll give it some thought. Maybe. I'm not telling you a thing. I've already reported what I saw to security. Stop wasting my time and leave. Your presence is bad for business. There's nothing to tell you. Get it through your skull. Listen, I don't want anything bad to happen. You know what? I may be starting to like you. You'd better be right. Oh my god, enough! I'll tell you what I know, if it'll get you to leave. I saw it happen. Thomas was murdered and thrown into the ocean. Afterwards, I foolishly reported the incident to security. For my efforts, I was rewarded with a gun to my head and threatened with death if I didn't keep silent. Really? Am I not allowed to leave my own shop now? If you really must know, I was going for a walk. Shocking, I'm sure. Nah, come on. I'm not risking life and limb to save someone I barely know. There are people that get paid to do that. I'm not one of them, so I simply prioritized my own safety and didn't get involved. A lot of good that did me. No, the officer that threatened me was completely different. And the murderer wasn't wearing a uniform. I'd wager that the murdering bastard has a friend in security that's covering things up for him. It was hard to hear over the commotion, but I'm sure I heard Thomas call his attacker Russell and Rusty a few times. From what I could gather, the attacker was after credits, and Thomas refused to give him any. After that, well, Thomas went for a swim. God, no. I've seen him around here and there, but if he ever were to come into my shop, I tell him to leave immediately. In fact, I would never even talk to someone like him. I have no business dealing with petty criminals or Aurora addicts. Where else would someone like him be, He stays at the sleep crates near Madame Sauvage's place. In any case, when you confront him, my name cannot be mentioned. I very much dislike sharing Thomas's briny fate. And with that, I must insist you leave me in peace. That is, of course, unless you'd like to make a hefty purchase. I appreciate everything you've done for me. Oh yes, absolutely. It was good to have you in my shop. Farewell.
Take me to the stars, Cat.
Once was a lady quickly on her feet. Fly, my middies, fly. The prettiest lass you ever could meet.
The site is clear. That's it. Recalculating. And orbit stabilizing. Perfect.
Star Parcel Freighter to unknown vessel. I have an urgent package, hoping for some assistance. Star Parcel will compensate you for help. Great. Just great.
Stay focused if you can. Stick to your business. Getting drawn into diversions here is more dangerous than you'd expect.
Make your ultimate discovery here at Stroud Eklund. You know the power of farming. Each of our to get to where you need to. Here is each of our baristas.
Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Velocity or Chimera?
Stay that way.
You kidding? Chimera, all day. Why do you think I'm here?
I don't know. Chimera's nice, but Velocity, that will get you hammered.
See, you just proved my point. Down your third velocity, and you're out cold. By the third Chimera, you're floating on frickin' Cloud 9. I don't know about you, but that's where I'd rather be.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Where the hell did Micah learn to mix a drink like that anyway?
Well, let's face it, some people are just gifted.
Excuse me, I don't suppose you're looking for a robotics expert, are you? I have a vested interest in getting out of Neon. I have a good deal of experience with machines, especially robots. I'm also an expert in the manufacture of certain chemical substances. But I guarantee I'll figure out whatever job you give me, even if I've never done it before. I've got a good head on my shoulders. You're a real lifesaver, boss. Thanks. There's just one thing to discuss before I sign on. I'm conducting some independent research in the space lanes. I won't let it interfere with my duties, but I refuse to give it up while I'm working on your crew. Is that gonna be a problem? Let's call it colony war history. I'm not comfortable saying any more right now. Can't trust anyone these days, you know? Glad to hear it. Thanks for being open-minded. Oh, and don't bother draining your pockets for my salary. I don't really need the money, just the job. That depends. What can you offer? In my experience, the right offer is always worth waiting for. You know what? I like you. Maybe we could work something out. This is what you call negotiating? I'm not taking this job for money. I'll work for a dozen rusty credits as long as I'm able to continue my research. Whew, that is a relief. I can't wait to get out of this city. I owe you a favor. Don't think I'll forget it. See you out there, boss.
Epside is ours. The Strikers are a bunch of babies, afraid of a little blood. You like art? Oh, you'll like this. Just head on over to Neon Tactical and check out the robot. It's my best work. Only when I have a knife in my hand. The rest of the time, I just paint. Euphoric is home for people like us. And by people like us, I mean killers, thugs, and thieves. Now, I haven't killed anyone in a while, but that just means I'm due.
Are you in a gang?
You sound like a middle-aged bank teller. Yeah, I'm in a gang. The Disciples. Maybe you've heard of them. That Cyclops should be thanking me. I dressed up his toy real nice, gave him a total makeover. He's lucky that's all I did after what that thing did to my crew. I thought it was pretty clever. If I trashed it, it'd stink for a bit, but he'd get over it. So I took a can of spray paint and put my tag on it. Now, every time that Cyclops opens up that eye, he's gonna see my art on his buddy. We tried to rob his store and reload our crew. That's when his little toy unloaded on us. Lost some good disciples in that group. If anything, that freak should be paying me. Yeah, I do. And I'll make art out of your guts if you step out of line. And what makes you think I will? True. Don't want to fight a war on two fronts. Yeah, maybe. Fighting that old man is one thing, but that Model A is another story. All right. The Cyclops is one thing, but I know better than to mess with you. Besides, that Model A shredded my gun arm. I can't aim straight, let alone paint. Here, you give this to that freak and tell him we're even. See you soon.
Hey there, hun.